You've also have also apparently resisted the Justice Department's efforts to investigate whether Blackwater was engaged in arms smuggling in Iraq. On July 10th, John Dodona sent an email notifying you that his office would be working with the Justice Department on this. This is John Dodona works at your Office of Inspector General. The next day, you ordered Mr. Dodona and his team to stop immediately. You then directed Mr. Dodona to arrange a personal briefing from you from the Justice Department, and you told him he could not proceed in any manner until the briefing takes place. After you received that briefing, you agreed to allow one of your investigators to assist, but you then assigned your Congressional and Public Relations Director to oversee his actions. Although she had no law enforcement background, you described her as your alter ego and directed her to provide you with operational awareness. You halted an investigation, demanded a personal briefing from the Justice Department, assigned your Congressional Affairs Director to keep tabs on the investigation. Do you agree that these steps were highly unorthodox?
I believe you used the name Blackwater. In early July, Stuart Bowen, the Special Inspector General for Iraq Reconstruction, asked for the assistance of my office in conducting an audit of 2 Blackwater contracts. We agreed to do that, and we were already beginning. The initial cooperation that we were rendering was the collection of data, the collection of information.
Did you feel that helping Mr. Bowen meant that you shouldn't be helping the Justice Department?
Sir, let me finish if I can. I think, yes, I do, until it's cleared up. I came in, actually, I believe it was the following morning after Mr. Bowen and I had completed all of our arrangements for the cooperation, and at 7:30 in the morning, I found an email from Mr. Dodona telling me for the first time of an investigation that was long down the road, in which our investigators were assisting U.S. attorneys in a criminal investigation of 2 Blackwater contracts. And when I looked at the papers, they were the exact same 2. They have a string of numbers, about 9 letters and numbers long. They were the exact 2 contracts that we were already assisting a civil audit. And I was immediately concerned that for us simultaneously to be assisting a criminal investigation into the exact same 2 contracts that we were already assisting a civil audit into raised questions of parallel proceedings which needed to be deconflicted before one infected or contaminated the other.
Well, let me interrupt you by saying that what you're talking about was an audit of contracts. This was a totally different matter, a criminal investigation into arms smuggling. And the Justice Department says they still haven't received the documents they were seeking 4 months ago through your office. This is how Justice Department summarized your actions. At this juncture, we cannot determine all of the ramifications of the IG's conduct, but some of his actions have certainly impacted the investigation. For reasons that remain unclear, the line IG agents who have broad power to obtain documents and other evidence relevant to any investigation they are conducting have been forced to funnel requests within their own agency through a congressional and public relations official, and this is not the usual practice. So it seems to me you're making a lot of judgments as to who ought to get information and help from your office, and it seems to me you've given a very low priority to the Justice Department involving criminal actions that they're investigating and deciding whether to pursue.
Sir, I have a different view of what happened. First of all, the contracts were exactly the same 2 contracts. Those were the contracts that the criminal investigation was going forward with. Number 2, I did not institute a delay. I said immediately, and that email that has been floating around for a long time cuts off the part that says, until I can get a briefing from the AUSA, and I made myself available immediately by telephone. I did not expect them to come up to visit me. I didn't expect anything other than an immediate phone call so I could tell them of these conflicts that I was facing, because I needed to have them know. Now, as far as what they have said or what someone has said they said, I don't know. I can only go by what they said to me. And sir, after that meeting, I received a letter from the chief of the criminal division of that U.S. Attorney's Office in which he said, "Thank you for taking the time to meet with Deputy Criminal Chief so-and-so and me earlier this week when we were in Washington. We appreciate the frank exchange of views and information. We will remain cognizant of the issues you raised and will work closely with you and your staff to move this matter forward in the most expeditious way possible. Your decision to allow your case agent to continue to work on this matter will make that much easier. Again, thank you for your time and interest in this matter. With kindest regards, I am." Sir, I think that I helped deconflict the issue. I made available to them the best young investigator I had, and this idea that I put a congressional and public affairs person in charge is simply untrue.